Hi everyone, I'm Curt Frye, and in this movie, I would like to show you how to use a relatively new Excel function that works very well when you create dashboards and other data summaries. The workbook that I'll use as my sample file is named GROUPBY, and you can download that using the link that I provide in the video description below. Over on the left, I have a table of sales data broken down by year, month, quarter, region, and then providing the sales total. The group by function, and it's spelled the same way as the file name, lets you create subtotals based on items that appear in a specific column. So here I could, for example, create a summary based on year. So let's go over to cell G2, which I currently have selected, and do that. I'll just create a very basic group by formula first. So I'll type equal group by, and then I need to select the row fields. Now, when you're normally creating something like a pivot table to which this function is related, you select the entire data source, so that would be the entire sales table. In fact, that is incorrect, and you'll just get results, honestly, that you can't use. Instead, you only want to select the column that contains the row fields, or row headers, and that will be the year column. So I'll move the mouse pointer over the top of the year column in my sales table. The mouse pointer changes to a downward pointing black arrow. I'll click, it's been selected and added to the formula. Then a comma. The values are the sales in column E, which is also the sales column. So I'll move the mouse pointer into a similar position over its header. Click, and I get sales table, sales column, then a comma. And the function will be the first one, which is sum. But you can see the other ones that are available to you here. Sum is highlighted, so I'll press Tab to accept it. That's all I want to do for now. We'll do more later. Right parentheses and enter, and there I get my totals. There are a couple of things to notice. The first is that I get a grand total added automatically, but the second is that there is no formatting. So if I were to select cells H2 through H4, then on the Home tab of the ribbon, click a number format. In this case, I'll do accounting. Then I would get my results. And I could do italics here and bold for the total, anything to make the data easier to read. Another way that I can work with this data is by adding a second row header. So let's see what that looks like by going down to cell G15. Here, I want to do the year, and then the month, and then the total sales, similar to what I did before. So in G15, I'll type equal, and then group by. The row fields will be two columns, actually, year and month. And because those are next to each other, I can just select them. So do the mouse pointer selection thing by dragging for the year and month columns, and I get a reference, so sales, and then the range from year to month. Then a comma. The values are still in the sales column. Then a comma. The summary function will be sum again. And if I type a right parentheses and enter, then I get the summary for each of the months. However, they are in alphabetical order, and I would have to do something with sorting to change that, or perhaps I could change to, for example, the number 1 and then January for the month names. Now let's say that I want to summarize based on quarter rather than by month. So I'll change my header. Don't have to, but I will. And then I will change the formula from year and then month to a range that I will construct using hstack. Hstack is a function that combines two columns into a single array. So if I have, in this case, year and then quarter, they're not next to each other, so I can't use the same technique that I did before. But what I can do is hstack them so they're side by side virtually in different columns within a single data set. So let's type that in. I'll do hstack. The first column will be year, then a comma. Second column will be quarter, then a right parentheses, and everything looks good. All my parentheses are balanced out. Press enter, and there I have my totals. So I have all of the quarters for 2024, and then all the quarters for 2025. And as before, there's no formatting applied. If I want to get the subtotals for 2024 and 2025, I need to edit the formula. So I will double click. That was in G15. And then I'll click to the right of sum, but before the final closing right parentheses, then a comma. I can look for field headers, but I don't have any to worry about. That is, the automatic handling is correct. So I'll press a comma to type it. And next, I can have my total depth, and that shows grand totals and subtotals. For this calculation, I want grand totals and subtotals, and that is number 2. So I'll type the number 2. I'm still correct on my parentheses, so I'll press enter, and there are my values. So I have 2024 with a subtotal that you see here, 2025, same thing, and then the grand total. And just to be complete with the formatting, I will select the subtotal row for 2024, make those values italic. I'll do the same for the 2025 subtotal. I'll make grand total bold, so select those cells, press bold, and then I'll select all of the sales values, and I will change those to accounting format. So up here, I have data broken down by year, and at the bottom, I had them broken down originally by year and month, but now I have them with subtotals and grand totals for year and quarter. I hope you enjoyed the tips that I shared in this movie. If you did, please like it and subscribe to my channel.